Hey guys, welcome back to Infinite Explorers. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Matt, and today we're finally diving deep into one of the biggest decisions we've made since hitting the road.
Why we chose the Arctic Fox 1150 as our truck camper, and why after months of research, hands-on touring, and owning 2 other campers before, we feel like we made the best choice out there for our lifestyle.
This video is for anyone looking into truck campers, especially if you're bouncing between brands like Host, Lance, Northern Lite, Wolf Creek, Bigfoot, or Eagle Cap, because believe us, we've looked at all of them.
We'll talk about weight, build quality, electrical and solar capacity, our past experience with our Palomino truck camper, and why certain things were absolute deal breakers for us.
Let's get into it, but before we do that, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more future videos. Before we upgraded to our Arctic Fox, we had a Palomino truck camper. It was our entry into this lifestyle and helped us realize how much we love traveling in a truck camper. But it had issues, a lot of issues.
We wanted it to be our little cabin on wheels, but it turned into a maintenance project more than anything else.
Within the first few months, the freshwater tank cracked, we had drawers that literally fell out while driving, and the bathroom door wouldn't stay on the track anymore to stay attached to the wall.
Not to mention the cheap plastic finishes and particle board that just didn't hold up.
But the biggest long-term issue, the Schwintek slide-out system. If you're not familiar with the Schwintek system, it's basically a rack and pinion style slide with small motors on each side. It's great in theory, but horrible in practice, especially on larger, heavier slides like we had.
We had constant alignment issues. It would come out uneven, bind up, and sometimes wouldn't retract without someone pushing from the outside. We started running into issues with it only 3 days after picking it up.
After having 2 places check out the slide out, the only option was to replace the entire slide out, and we were not going to do that. We decided that we were going to stop opening it so we didn't have to deal with the issues, and we continued traveling for months doing just that. And when we realized the Arctic Fox uses a more heavy-duty rack-style mechanism, that was a big plus for us. After dealing with all that, we sat down and made a wish list. And this time, we weren't messing around.
We wanted all-season capability, real materials, not flimsy plastics or cheap wood, space to live and work, off-grid capabilities, solar, lithium battery support, something our truck could actually handle long term.
We also prioritized layout, bathroom space, tank sizes, and how well it was insulated, not just what looked good on a dealer lot.
After our experience with a Palomino truck camper, it really made us realize what we needed or wanted with a truck camper, especially for the type of traveling that we did, like off the beaten path kind of roads. And the Palomino truck camper just didn't hold up for that kind of lifestyle for us.
I think that for people that would take it out as a little weekend trip and you wouldn't drive very far or across the country, the camper would probably work out for most people, especially if it was in nice weather where it's not too hot or too cold because it's not very insulated.
We toured many brands out there: Lance, Host, Northern Lite, Bigfoot, Eagle Cap, and even Wolf Creek.
So let's talk Eagle Cap first. Gorgeous interiors, but they're insanely heavy. Even their smaller models are pushing 5,000 pounds wet weight. And some triple slide models can top over 6,000 pounds.
That kind of weight would have required a 4,500 or 5,500 truck.
Not to mention, a lot of Eagle Cap units also use Schwintek slide mechanisms. That was a huge red flag after our Palomino experience.
Next, we'll talk about Host campers. Host was really appealing at first. They're modern, loaded with features, and the triple slide models feel like a mini apartment on your truck.
But after talking with a lot of Host owners on the road and in forums, we started hearing a pattern. Build quality issues, electrical problems, water leaks, and poor customer service support.
And again, they're really heavy. Dry weights in the 4,500 to 5,000 pound range, which adds up fast once you factor in water, propane, batteries, and gear. Not to mention the price tag was more than what we were looking to spend.
Yeah, they were pretty darn expensive, and thankfully we were able to get our Arctic Fox before the price increase on those as well.
Next was the Northern Lite and Bigfoot. They were both really well built and super lightweight, but their fiberglass clamshell design limited layout options.
They're also pretty minimal inside. Great for short-term travel or fishing trips, but not ideal for full-timers who work remotely or live out of the rig year-round.
Next is the Lance campers, which are middle of the road. They had good layouts, decent weight, and they look nice.
But when we compared build quality side by side with the Arctic Fox, it wasn't even close. Arctic Fox had better insulation, better cabinetry, thicker walls, and a much stronger frame. When it came to the Arctic Fox brand, we first looked at an 811 model, which we loved a lot, but we still wanted a little extra room, and the dry bath was something that we liked, so we didn't have to wipe down the bathroom all the time. When we toured the Arctic Fox 1150, it checked every box and then some. The dry weight on that unit is 3,500 pounds. It's 19 feet for the overall length. It's got one huge rack-driven slide. It's got a 59-gallon freshwater tank, a 39-gallon gray tank, and a 43-gallon black water tank. It came generator ready, even though we chose not to opt for the generator. Two 30-pound propane tanks, and a 4-season package with thermal pane windows.
It just felt solid. Everything from the cabinetry to the trim work to the thickness of the wall screamed durability. Not to mention, it's all made in-house by Northwood Manufacturing, which still builds their own frames.
And it has a dry bath, a proper dinette for working and eating, and tons of storage. After purchasing the truck camper and using it for a while, we decided to install 600 watts of solar on the roof, and we paired that with 200 amp hours of lithium batteries. And the Arctic Fox didn't even flinch. Check out the video that we made about that on our channel.
We can stay off-grid almost every day of the year without needing hookups. Our fridge runs off of DC power much of the time in the summer months. We can run lights, water pump, max fan, charge laptops, and even run our furnace all night without draining the system.
And we love that Arctic Fox had the infrastructure to support it. Heavy gauge wiring, good roof space, solar ready inputs, and it wasn't an uphill battle to upgrade. It actually only took 2 days.
We've taken this camper into the snow through 105-degree desert heat and everything in between, and it's held up beautifully.
Insulated tanks, a heated basement, thermal pane windows, and we've never had to worry about things freezing up, even when temps dropped into the teens.
It really is a true 4-season camper. You feel it the moment you step inside on the cold day. It holds heat incredibly well.
So, would we buy it again? Absolutely. The Arctic Fox 1150 isn't the lightest or the fanciest, but it nails the balance between durability and functionality.
And it also keeps up with our off-the-beaten-path roads that we like to travel on, and we've never had an issue with anything breaking, knock on wood.
The only problem we've had with it so far after owning it for over 3 years is just the water pump failing within 6 months. And we found that to be a common issue with other Arctic Foxes because apparently sometimes there's plastic shavings that still come in the freshwater tank. So just make sure you clean that out often if you decide to purchase an Arctic Fox camper. If you guys have any other questions about our camper, feel free to comment below. We love answering them. We love talking about it. We did add a few other modifications to it to bulk it up for winterizing. Not winterizing in the sense of the lines, but winterizing in the sense of just insulating it more. So we did insulate areas around the propane tanks and then a couple drawers. There's a video about that on our channel as well.
Like overall, we absolutely love this camper, and I don't think we'd trade it for any other camper. It's one of the largest truck campers that you can buy, and everything just works great for us and what we need it for.
So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.